Are you looking for an easy, healthy, inexpensive dinner? Then you're in the right place. So come on into my kitchen. Hi, my name is Anitra, and today we are going to be making a Moroccan-inspired lentil, butternut squash, chickpea stew. So here's what we need for our butternut squash, chickpea, and lentil Moroccan-inspired stew. I have some broth that I froze into cubes that I'm going to utilize some of. If you didn't, you could use something like Better Than Bouillon. You could buy broth or stock in a container. So we'll see how much that ends up making, and if we need to use some of that too, we will. I've got 2 packages of butternut squash. I've got some dry lentils. I've got 2 cans of diced tomatoes. They're supposed to be crushed tomatoes. So I also have the blender out. We've got some chickpeas, we've got oil, we've got garlic, onion, ground cinnamon, cayenne, ground cumin, turmeric, salt, pepper. It's supposed to be a little bit of lemon. I don't have a lemon, but I have lemon juice, and that's the part of the lemon you need, and then some cilantro. All right, 1 tablespoon of oil. Heat that up over medium-high heat. While I'm letting the oil heat up, I put 1 of my cans of tomatoes in here. I'm gonna crush them, puree them, and I'll keep the other one a little chunkier. Add the onion. We are also going to add the garlic, and we'll cook these things up for a minute or 2 until the onion becomes translucent. Now we'll add the spices. Add a little bit of the stock. Just to make sure we got a little liquid. Nothing's burning. Let it get fragrant for a moment. Now I'm going to add the rest of the stock, or the broth, I should say. Watch your face. I'm just going to get all the bits off the bottom. And now it's time to add fun stuff. We're going to add the butternut squash. We're going to add the garbanzo beans. I drained those, and I will keep the aquafaba for some baking probably at some point. If you don't know about that trick, about the aquafaba, well, one of these days we'll get there. And we're also going to add our can of tomatoes. And our pureed tomatoes. And then a little bit of salt. This broth, since I made it, I know it's not that salty, so I'm good there. And then a little bit of pepper. And then we're going to add our lentils, dried lentils that I looked through and made sure there were no little stones in there, and then of course rinsed them. So then we're going to bring this to a boil. Then we'll reduce the heat and simmer covered for about 20 minutes or until the lentils seem done and the butternut squash is also tender. And there we go. It's a beautiful stew. As it turns out, I added extra chickpeas, but that's okay, I love them. And then this is what it's late, so we're gonna have a light dinner. So I didn't give myself a huge serving, but you could also put this over rice or quinoa or serve it with some sort of bread. It smells fantastic. The cinnamon smells amazing. And we'll have it later this week, and we'll freeze some as well. So a couple things you should know. This has a little bit of a kick to it. I am not great with spice, like heat. And I thought this had a little bit of kick, enough for me, but if you're really sensitive to spice, go easy on the cayenne. If you like more spice, then do your thing. A couple other things about this recipe. It's wonderful how it is. The cinnamon is amazing. It would also be really great if you put it over a bed of rice or quinoa. You might even want to put it over some noodles. That could be great. Or even, and I think this might be on the recipe for later on the agenda, would be to put it on top of a baked potato or like potato wedges. So a lot of versatility with this base recipe on how you could serve it and incorporate a few other things into it and kind of stretch it even farther. This is a wonderful recipe. I'm sure you're excited to go try it now. Hopefully you enjoy this. If you're looking for the details of the recipe, I will post them down below, and we will see you next time. Oh, and if you like this, please give it a thumbs up, share it with somebody that might need it, and if you want to get more of these types of videos, then I encourage you to subscribe. That way you'll get notifications the next time I post. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.